Here on GoPSUSports.com with DeAndre Thompkins. DeAndre, I know it's Georgia State week, but I have to ask you, have you gotten a chance to go back yet and kind of take a look on film at what that punt return for a touchdown looked like?
I have. I looked at it right after the game, went on film and wanted to see how everything went down and if it went down like it did in my head. So yeah, I did get a chance to look at it.
Did you look at it with the team at all?
Yes, we did. Came back in, watched film to evaluate every little detail about it. But everybody was excited, and I'm glad everybody did their job, and I'm glad it resulted in me getting a touchdown.
You know, punt coverage, really something that, Coach Franklin has talked a lot about in terms of improvement and the success that has already been seen this year. But I'm curious, how did this entire unit come together in the offseason, and how has it improved from week one to where we are now?
Just the details. Coach Huff harps on the details and going out and practicing with a Prefontaine pace, which is going out there and going 100% at the beginning. And that's something we embraced this year. Instead of trying to ease into it, trying to feel it, just going out there at the first snap, giving it everything you got. And we embrace that as a group. We know that we can change the game. Nick Scott being the leader of special teams, that's something he says all the time, is that special teams can change the game at any moment. And as a punt return unit, we really believe that any time we step on the field, we can change the game.
You're so gutsy and so explosive, which has got to be a nerve-wracking. How do you get yourself in the mindset, knowing that, what you're about to do when you're out there on the punt return?
A big part of it is just trusting everybody on the field. I know every single one of those guys that are in front of me is going to do their job to protect me. And all I got to do is just worry about my job and not have to worry about the other 11 guys coming to basically take my head off. So most of it is just trusting the guys in front of me, and then a little bit is just trusting my techniques. When it comes down to it, when the ball's in the air, I have to catch the ball. So, catching the ball, and then once the ball is caught, then trusting everybody else to do their job.
I know you've got the trust of everybody, like you just said, but where does that fearless mentality come from?
I'm not sure. Like I've told my coaches, like a lot of the times when I go out there, I've already made the decision where I was going to catch it or not. It's just one of those things that you just go out there and know, like, all right, I'm going to catch this no matter how many people are in my face. But that also comes with, trust from the coaches, knowing that you can catch the ball with 11 guys in front of your face screaming and yelling. So I guess that's kind of where it comes from. And
then another area, switching gears a little bit, kind of to the passing game. You obviously an asset to that. How have you seen yourself kind of develop as a wide receiver?
In a lot of ways, actually. Just paying attention to the details of the offense itself, knowing it inside and out, not just what I have to do, but how I affect the play as a whole. And also just picking Trace's brain, understanding what he sees and what he expects, not just me, but the receiving core as a unit. Where he wants us to be, what he expects us to do, and the looks that he gets as well. And then just blocking. That's one thing that Coach Gaddis harps on is blocking is part of your heart. If you can teach it as much as you want to, but you got to go out there and do it. And that's one thing as a group we wanted to improve, and I think in the past 2 games that we've really improved on that aspect of the game.
Picking Trace's brain, what were kind of some of the takeaways from, maybe week 1, especially week 2, that now you guys are kind of working on heading into Georgia State?
Just timing of things, just what to expect in certain looks, to know when to speed down, when to speed up, when to slow down, and kind of what he likes and what he doesn't like. It kind of changes year to year. Certain looks, he expects certain things. So we're just trying to be on the same page as a group.
7:30 games, obviously, not anything new for you guys, but how do you stay focused kind of during the day, knowing that, that kickoff is a little bit later in the day?
Actually, you just try not to be as serious for so long. You just don't wake up and think it's game day right now. You kind of relax and have a good time with the teammates. You still have the details and what you're going to do in the game in your head, but not until, it comes later on in the day to when you start getting serious. So my approach really is just to relax in the middle of the day, in the beginning of the day, and then as the day goes on, get more serious and more attached to the game as it comes.
Well, we certainly look forward to seeing you out here on Saturday for Georgia State. Thanks for joining us.